Hello and welcome to Hearsay. I am Diane Neal, and with me is my trusty producer, Danny. Hi, Danny.
Hello, Diane.
How you doing today?
I'm terrific. How are you?
You don't sound convinced about being terrific. Is it a little too early in the day for you? Because that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a morning person, and 10:30 in the morning shouldn't be considered the morning, even by morning person standards, or like non-morning person standards. But for whatever reason, today it feels that way.
You were working really late last night. Like that email came in at like 2 a.m, and I was like, wow. He's up, he's at it. By the way, Danny had all these amazing ideas for today, and for some reason the Google Doc didn't come through. So, there's that, people.
No, it's still going to be amazing, though.
It is amazing. It's always amazing. I'm very gruff this morning.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm angry. That's what it is. I'm testy today, Danny, for so many reasons. I'm positively testicular. I am super crank. And even just like little things, when I was like coming over here and you're like, why would you even have a box of cereal with you when you're by the window, Diane? You know what? It was in my hand. I was going to pour myself a bowl of cereal and I didn't realize it was open and I just dumped the whole thing like right here.
Oh.
Yeah, which is, let me turn this, which is just ridiculous. But they're also doing, okay, I just did that too. I just pinged my phone because I'm awesome. Instead of turning off my ringer.
Love it.
They're doing construction in the apartment above me. No one bothered to mention, like you'd think with like jackhammering at some point, they would have to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm really mad that World War III is about to start. Like, that's no fun. And like, you know what people don't understand? Like, World War III is absolutely about to start. Can I just give you, this is probably going to drive you nuts, but I'm going to tell, nobody understands this, but even like ages ago, I'm like, this is what's going to happen. Putin going into Ukraine, right? Nobody's going to stop him. Nobody's doing a thing. You know why? Because nobody did anything in 2014 when he took over Crimea. And all these people are like, where's Crimea? Where's Crimea? It's in the Black Sea. It's this tiny spit of land, which is where their giant naval base was. Ukrainian naval base and the Russian naval base in this place called Sevastopol. Not really that important. Point being, no one stopped him then. No one stopped him in 2008 when he went into Georgia. Nobody's stopping him ever. No one's going to stop him this time. You know why? Because sanctions don't matter. $630 billion. That's how much Putin has like stocked away. Because he's like, oh, you're going to hurt my wallet? I got $630 billion just in case. And I got this new best friend. I got this BFF named President Xi, also known as Crazy Pants McGee Xi. I mean, like President Xi of China is like out of control. Yeah. These dudes have got such a, can I say hard on and this still be explicit, like not explicit? They have such a semi-solid for taking over territory that they perceive as theirs. So a European land war is about to start, which I find mind-blowing, right? By the way, Putin's already in there. So we know what's going on. He's already in Ukraine at this point. And because we're not going to do anything about it, President Tits McGee Xi is absolutely going to take over Taiwan, which is where pretty much all the semiconductors on Earth come from, which are for things like your phone and all electronics and appliances. And if you ever want any of those things again, you're going to have to pay through the nose because we're going to be held hostage to China and this global war is going to start. And I find it really odd that everyone's just like, oh my gosh, like everything's totally normal. Like nobody's like, I don't know. So I'm cranky about that.
Yeah. I think people just don't understand the gravity of the situation. Like I had no idea. Like everything you just like told me now.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Is that the first time?
Morning brain like didn't absorb all of it. But
quite all right.
But now I'm alarmed.
Yeah, no, like people should be really like alarmed. Like a land war in Europe is a big deal, and like it'll be like a naval battle too because they're all in the Black Sea. And the thing is, Putin's not going to stop. He wants to get back to the Baltic, not just in St. Petersburg. It's gross. It's gross, people. Everyone at home is like, who are these people? By the way, Danny, pop culture so much, but who are like the two grossest, most destructive, like best friends ever in like, is it like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie from back in the day? Cause that's kind of like Putin and Xi. Like they're just, there have to be like a more contemporary version of them though. And she was like, oh, can you wait until after the Olympics? And like Putin's like, if I have to, and he did. If that's what you want. If
Yeah,
that's what you
yeah.
want, I fight
Well,
bear. I'm fighting
then
Hank the Tank later. I found this huge bear in Lake Tahoe. I love him. Hank the Tank. I
he's a
try and
husky
wrestle
hustler.
him. He's a husky hustler. He try and wrestle. I try and wrestle this bear, but instead we just hug and make love. You know? Oh, poor
Yeah.
Hank the Tank.
Well, and then Kim Jong Un going into the mix as well. Like that's like a really weird development.
Oh, he's just like off on his own shooting rockets into like, like just like, I got a new rocket. Just shoot the rocket. Rocket.
I don't even understand that. Like
I'm going to reach California one day. Like that's his fantasy. He wants to be able to like have California within his sights. But I find really disturbing though is so when the when the USSR broke up and became what is now like the Russian whatever they want to call it, Russia, and then like all these other independent states.
mm-hmm.
Ukraine, who definitely wanted to be on the side of the West and not on the side of Russia, was like, hey, Western countries, i.e. NATO alliance, if I give up all of the nuclear, because they had a ton of Russian nukes, because it was formerly part of Russia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, look, if you give up all the nukes, we will totally protect you if anything goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, are you sure? And we're like, we promise. If you get rid of all the nukes, we will protect you. And what's happening right now, Danny?
I think Europe's kind of just like, yeah, no.
No, we're not. None of us are doing anything to lift a finger.
That's what I was going to ask you is like, is Joe Biden gonna like, because he said that he's gonna defend Ukraine, right? Is he actually gonna do that, do you think?
No, because he's not, because he made a bunch of, and whether you like Biden or not, I'm a little PO'd at Biden at the moment because he could have done more. Again, the sanctions aren't going to do anything. That's the only thing he's been threatening. He's already said there are going to be no combat troops or anything like that. And then he's like, we've given him $600 million in like aid, right? But that's like a nothing. And
yeah,
we would have to give them so much money in weaponry, billions and billions and billions of dollars to even, they have a huge army.
Right.
They have like a 250,000 person standing army.
Mm-hmm.
But right now it's like Putin has, in the process of invading Ukraine, they have over 200,000. So
mm-hmm.
Ukraine has a lot to fight back with, but they need contemporary weapons, things that can compete with the Russians anyway, who have been doing nothing but just building up their military defense infrastructure for decades. That's where they put all their money. Same with China. That's where they stick all their money. Like our military budgets, expand and everyone's like, oh, we spend, because we spend an obscene amount on the military.
Mm-hmm.
But no other country until recently could even compete with how much we spent, because we just had a far superior military because we spent all the money on it. But now China and Russia are coming quite close. And Russia's like a relatively tiny country. Their economy is like 60th. Like the same as Italy.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be a power player. But they're forcing themselves on everybody else. So I'm a little cranky about World War III. I'm cranky that I'm wearing pants. I know they're not real pants. I wasn't wearing pants. And of pants of any kind, under, outer, or over. And it's my house. I can sit on what I want. These are like the things like when you live alone. You're like, I know who's going to be sitting there. It's probably just me. I feel fine about it. But I did put on monkey pants, which seem like a good compromise.
Which are not real pants. But
they're not real pants. But if I have to like go upstairs and like yell at those construction guys, I love how like I text you this morning. I'm like, I already yelled at them once. And I'm like, and by yell at, I mean like spoke to them politely. Like I totally was just like, hey guys, do you mind keeping it down? How long is this going to last?
Yeah. It's like I come home from the grocery store and I tell my partner, I'm like, I had like the best conversation with someone at the store. And he's like, oh, what'd you guys say? I was like, oh, what salsa do you like? Oh, I like this one. Okay, cool. Like, like in my head, like I build this up to this huge, massive, like when in reality, my social anxiety is just like, wow, I actually said a word to someone.
I spoke to a stranger. You know what? Yeah. Small victories, Danny. Small victories.
I was proud of myself.
Yeah. Do you want to hear something really funny? Can I just
Yes.
randomly tell you something
Always.
really funny?
Yes.
So like last night, we were filming and I got in so late and I was so tired and I had to pee so desperately that like when you run into your bathroom, but then I kind of tripped and like in my own bathroom, like over the bath mat. And then I fell like on my toilet, like I grabbed it and I totally broke the seat off. Like I fell like face first, like I was like I just went hey boom.
Okay, well, the real question then is,
Yeah.
what did you do immediately afterwards? Were you just like, all right, it's already broken, just gonna go,
Yeah.
make this
Oh,
happen?
100, like 1,000%. I was just like, oh, I can't hold it any longer. And peeing in my pants is not an option
Yeah.
because they were leather pants, Danny. Like, had they not been leather pants, I would have been like, maybe. I've never done it, but there's always time for a first to pee yourself. But
Yeah,
like leather pants they're not going to recover from urination.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Interior urination. Yeah, it's not happening.
Have you ever peed your pants before?
Not since I was a child.
Okay, good.
But
Very
I'm
good.
hoping today we have a really fabulous guest that I'm incredibly excited about. It's my friend Caroline Leadham. It's because that's how I always remember her. But it's Caroline Helsing now, her married name, and today's her birthday. I'm super excited about that. But we have a lot of really funny stories because we have known each other for nearly 3 decades and like lived all over the world together and been buddies. But yeah, there are a lot of stories about bodily fluids. Places they shouldn't be, really.
Yep.
Places they shouldn't be. So that's something fun for everyone to look forward to. I'm gonna try. And you know what? Caroline is such like a lovely. She is like the kindest, nicest ray of sunshine human being, and like sage and full of wisdom. And trying to get her to enjoy my, what did you call it the other day? Toilet bowl sense of humor. Amazing. It's so formal.
I thought that's what it was called.
Yeah, toilet humor. I like. What else did you threaten to call it? Lavatory humor.
Lavatory humor. Yeah.
So trying to get Caroline to play along with my lavatory humor and recall some of these stories.
That's gonna be amazing.
It will be yes. Hopefully she comes
Definitely.
along for the ride. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, there's nothing more fun than that. And then today on the gravy.
Yeah. What are you doing for the gravy?
It's a tough call. I'm torn between things. You know what I think I'm going to do it about? Inconsistencies. Yes. Like it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to be anything in life, be consistent. It's very helpful. I won't get into it now because I'll get into it later. That's for sure. She's cranky today. She's on fire today. She's on fire today and she's got a fado. Hey.
The random flute. Like I don't know where or how, but
the best is that you didn't see it earlier. And
I was just like browsing the internet, like searching for ideas to talk about today, and I just hear this random flute. I'm like, first of all, what and why?
Yeah. Those are reasonable questions that I can't even answer. I can answer the what. Yeah, the fado, and then I'm gonna have to look up. I really wanted to do this for Caroline. I wanted to do Kazoo birthday. Happy birthday. I don't know. I feel really pathetic that I don't know how to play the kazoo. Does it look like I'm playing it?
It just sounds like you're humming to me.
Huh? What? No. I'm not just humming.
That's awesome.
So I'm glad everyone is here with us today. And Danny, as always, thank you. You are the host with the most. And I will catch you later.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else you feel like adding before Carolyn and I get into it?
No, but I do just want to say goodbye in like the cutest way ever.
Oh my God, how are you going to do it?
I'm going to say toodles. Is that cute?
That was adorable.
I had a coworker that used to do that, and it like
Toodles.
it rings in my head sometimes.
Toodles.
So.
That's really good. You can do that. I don't have the toodles. Toodles. Like with my low voice. Do you know it's really hard with this voice? Is like, especially, it's still kind of gone from COVID. And the deeper it gets, it's like when you and I are talking, I'm like, I swear I'm not angry, Danny. I mean, I could be talking about rainbows and unicorns and everything sounds mean. Which is always rough.
The angriest I've ever seen you.
I'm so cranky today. Like, you know what I want to do? I want to go on like a multi-state kicking spree. I just want to like start kicking things and kicking people, maybe slapping a few things.
And on that note,
yeah, I'm not going to. Yes, on that note, toodles.
I'm out.
All right.
Once you start kicking people, bye.
Hey, Danny, give me your sternum so I can kick it. Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I got to get some rage out. All right. Thank you for being tolerant. I will. And we'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hearsay. I'm Diane Neal, and with me is the amazing, the gorgeous, the talented, the incredible, my friend, Caroline Nadine Helsing. Hello, Caroline.
Hi. Can I just have you introduce me all the time?
Yeah, but it's all true, so it makes it so much easy. And for everyone at home, it's no longer Caroline's birthday. We tried. It was a comedy of errors to record. They started jackhammering in the... Yeah, we
tried 3 times.
We tried really so hard. And it was like Caroline looked so cute and like I looked way cuter.
Yeah, it started with the jackhammering at 7 a.m., right? Okay, and then I get on, right, and I can't hear anything. And I'm like, something's wrong with the volume or the audio. And I see your kazoo and blowing into these instruments. And I'm like, what's wrong? And then I'm like, oh, it's my volume. So then I hear you. And then what happens?
They cut
the internet.
They cut the power.
And then
power goes out.
The power goes off. So your lights are off.
We tried.
Let's do it. Let's try again. And you do all these intros, and we have all these stories.
I know. I played the fado and the kazoo both badly.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was nuts. And the only good thing for the rest of that day was that the power being out means that the jackhammering stopped because they obviously couldn't use their jackhammers. Like that was the only.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that was a good thing.
That was small miracle.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that, the date was 2-2-2-2-2, whatever.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be like this beautiful kumbaya, perfect, everything comes together. And I'm laughing because you're like, not for me today.
No, not for me. And okay, and then I had an appointment booked at this recording studio to do an audition that night, this really big audition. Mm-hmm. And they called and canceled because their place got flooded. I kid you not, it was a comedy of errors. And here's the kicker. This is what I was going to tell you when we were doing the interview. This was the funniest part of the day. First thing in the morning, I'm out walking Charlie and some psychic stops me on the street. Like a lady, she's like, I'm a psychic. I just have this thing. She's like, today, everything about your life is going to change. Something happens today. Everything about your life is going to change. And I was laughing so hard because I'm like, at the end of the day, when it was one cluster after another, I was like, that's no good psychic. I'm like, wow, that psychic leaves a lot. Yeah, I know. I started reviewing it and then I was like, maybe it's the psychic. I don't know. I'm like,
in what way? Yeah.
Yeah. And it was wild. She didn't want anything. She was just, yeah, it's the best. She was just out walking her dog. She's like, I'm a psychic. I just have this feeling. I was like, wow, okay, thanks.
Oh my God.
But yeah. So I kept thinking, I'm like, maybe it's the audition. It's going to go really well. I'll get that TV series. But of course, didn't even get to do it. So ended up having to do it.
What else happened
yesterday? It was like another argument with who. It was just it was a clustery day.
Okay. Oh, so that's a big one. That argument.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big change.
That was day before yesterday, right? And then because we had, and then
major.
I was also supposed to have a date. I think I was supposed to have a date with the gentleman caller. We'll just call him that, gentleman caller.
Yes.
And that didn't happen either. So I was like, what's
He's
the
very
deal?
cute, by the way. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. He's super cute. I got to clean this place.
He canceled?
No, I had to cancel because something then I ended up
okay. If I'm if I talk over you, or if I occasionally don't answer you, I am hearing every like few words sometimes.
Are you serious?
It's a little spotty, but that's okay. No, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
It's all right.
I'm gonna speak slowly.
I'll just let you know. So if I'm just staring at you with a blank face,
it's because you didn't hear anything.
It's because I didn't hear it.
Understood. Yeah. I don't know why
I'm talking over you. It's because
because you can't hear what I'm saying. That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
There might be a delay, so I apologize for the people listening.
Technology, man. It is not my strong suit.
Hey, you figured out how to do a podcast. I'm really proud of you. And by the way, so I've listened to, I don't know what this one will be, but like the first episode was amazing. This will be 3. Okay. Your first one was awesome.
I'm so glad you loved it.
Like, there's like an element of like, humor, because that's just who you are, and like depth, and I walked away learning something, and it's just,
thank you. Do you know what thought I had? Like, okay, so by the way, if you guys don't know, which most of you should know, Caroline wrote the most amazing book called Unapologetic. That's about her mother, her mom, who was like this like incredible, ethereal, entertaining, wild, but profound creature. Like, you know what I mean? She's like an entity. Your mom was like a force. Do you know? She wasn't just like a human. I mean, you know better than anyone. But like if she walked into a room, the room stopped kind of thing and took notice. She was really cool. Aww. But I thought too, because you've got
I love that you knew her.
I'm so glad I got to meet her. I'm so glad that I got to know her. Yeah. Like I'm so glad but you've got the audiobook that's coming out, right?
It's I'm at the mercy of my friend who's helping me edit it. So I've done it. I've completed everything, but there's edits and we want to add music. So it should hopefully come soon-ish.
I know how it is. Well, this may be a crazy idea because your chapters are so amazing. And I thought it would also be amazing as a podcast, like a chapter, an episode.
Ooh. Okay.
You know how there are all those true crime ones, but I'm like, it's so much better than true crime because it's just beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
And each one
we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off.
Down the line, it's something, I'd love to do, but
well, now that how's the closet? Like, at least is the closet still set up?
Well, the closet is still set up as my audio booth, which, by the way, if anybody ever wants to record anything, just use your closet because the acoustics are awesome. I don't know if it's the coats or whatever, but I tried a few rooms in my house because, I wanted to do this as economically as I could. And also because I thought it would be pretty cool to just see if I could do it myself. That's just kind of how.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I've never done it before, but
yeah, especially when you call and find out downstairs closet. But no, I was going to say, like, when you call and you find out how much studio time is and all this stuff, you're like, no, I can do this. Like,
well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was it. I was like, no, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So I think you and I Audacity and everything.
That is so cool. I know. Yeah. No, I think sometimes we both bite off more than we can chew because we're like, oh yeah, we got this. Oh. Yeah, like I got this. Like I can do this. Yeah, I can do this.
And just figure it out. Yeah.
It's just
thank you so much for thanks so much for doing the book club, and
that was so much fun. By the way, if anyone listening to this podcast wants to do another book club for Unapologetic, we could totally do round 2. Because it's spectacular and it was really fun.
That would be fun.
And it was really fun to get to know the fans. I still keep
in touch with the girls from the first.
Right? Isn't that nice?
I know. Those girls were so lovely. Yeah, I still talk with them.
They're so sweet. So like Rebecca, and then there's another one that you didn't meet named Jess, who she was at the comedy show with her. I'm going to make them. We're going to start a foundation for victims of like domestic violence. Because they're all over it too, because they're so capable and that's good. It's good. By the way, you can buy the book on Amazon.com. And again, it's called, I'm going to do it because it's my friend and I want you to, it's called Unapologetic. And Caroline Nadine Helsing. There you go. Yes. Like Van Helsing. Very cool.
Like Van, oh yeah, you know, I didn't even know who that was until I got married.
Are you serious?
Why is everybody saying you got the coolest last name? Like, yeah, they're like, the one guy at like, I don't know, it was the DMV or something. He's like, is your middle name Van? And I'm like, what the heck is happening?
And you're like, why does everyone
ask that there's this character Van Helsing, and I've still never seen like any of the movies.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's great. He's like the coolest character ever. Yeah. Or just breed like Bram Stoker's. Like, it's so groovy. Van Helsing is like the coolest. It's like the coolest character. I'm going to imagine that. Yeah. It's Nadine Van Helsing. Vampire Hunter. Oh my gosh. Did you ever think like all this? So by the way, if people don't know at home, Caroline and I have known each other since we met when I got to Hawaii when I was 16, and we probably met fairly soon after that. Caroline was only slightly by like months difference in age. And we met when we were both models. And like, did you ever think that when we were on like the beach doing those horrible but fun swimwear jobs, that we would be sitting here and that you'd be an author and like, it was just crazy, right?
You know, yes and no. Because I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's like anything was possible.
Yeah, like we were always destined for something good.
Yeah, and we were always kind of the same. It's like, you know, saying yes to opportunities and like just our crazy, you know, the crazy things that have happened to us, and you just kind of like, you're like, here I am now. I'm doing this. I'm making dog clothes. Okay, and you're like, I'm on this, you know, whatever. You know,
I'm on a TV show. Like. That we ended up doing it. They're so unbelievably random. But there's sometimes
friends. Yeah,
I knew we'd be friends, and I knew that we had good things ahead of us. And like, I'm glad. I think we do have good things, even though I'm having a pity party day. I think we do have good things ahead of us, both of us.
Yeah,
and not a pity party day, just like a high stress.
No,
where you just make this face all day.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Hey guys. Hey. Oh yeah, I got it together. That's the thing that I find like really funny about like, if someone had asked us like when we were kids though, I thought like adults always had it together and knew what they were doing and had a plan and everything. Life was like an upward trajectory. I had all these, you know, preconceived ideas that life was like that. And man, was I wrong. Wow.
No, I'm still waiting to grow up. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't know if does anyone ever really completely feel like an adult? When like at times, maybe when you get out of bed and your bones are hurting, but I
know, like with
Diane, you're having a day.
I know, I
just
cracked.
Yes, I do.
I feel 100. Yeah, I just like cracked my back in like 20 places. No, but then I also still feel like. By the way, did you see my giant This is the kind of refresher the day required. Like one this size.
Refreshers. Woo! I told you about. That's what I drank two. Oh, actually, I drank them in the can. So I had two of those that fateful Halloween evening.
Oh, wow! But at least it led to
and
And that was. Oh my God! By the way, that was
my first kiss with my now husband.
Isn't that the best?
It's a long story.
You're like, I got palpitations.
About the and, you know I was okay. Should I tell you the story?
Yeah. Oh my God! I just spit. I spit the chunks in the refresher at you. Yes. Because I'm a classy lady. No, I want to hear the story. Yes, tell me.
That's awesome.
Because I love this. I love these stories. All right, tell me.
So for whoever's my husband and I, we were, I had just come out of a long relationship, and you know, I wanted to get out there, but kind of like, you know, I move slow anyway. So I basically put him in the friend zone, but we really enjoyed hanging out with each other. We really enjoyed spending time with each other. So, anyway, so we, you know, he's like, oh, well, you know, I was honest with him and he let me know how he felt. He wanted, you know, but he was like, you know, we were both basically honest with each other. And he's like, well, I enjoy spending time with you too. So basically, you know, okay. So we were all, So Halloween evening came around, and I asked him if he wanted to go to that Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, because
And this is like, how long have you guys been?
No, and
right. Exactly. Going back to our conversation.
That was in 2016. It was in 2016.
And so you started being like friends and like, how long were you guys friends?
We met in April, and then also he was like traveling a ton. So basically, our first and our second date was like a month apart. Like, so I was busy, he was busy. It was a slow, but it was really cute because he actually asked me to the Sting concert on our first date, and
nice date.
Like, I don't know. Well, I was like, that's like serious, So I was like, I'll let you know. I wasn't sure. Anyway, but it wound up being like the summer of concerts. We went to all these concerts together. But that Halloween, so I was just gonna say, I was really dragging. I was super tired, and so the refresher. Yes, I had one of those Starbucks refreshers,
the caffeinated Starbucks refreshers.
And then I had another one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was like totally wired. And then because I used to think it was fun to have a brownie every now and then on Halloween. That the mixture of that with the lights, the strobe lights, and the screams, and the goblins, and the people jumping out at you, for the first time in our friendship, I was like really close to him physically. I was holding his hand, and I just suddenly saw him in a different way, and like I felt safe and protected. And I mean, he was always cute, I was just like, it's so like, corny,
by the way, he's for everyone at home, like he's wicked handsome. Like he's wicked handsome. Yeah. He's so a hot pocket.
I love, yeah. He's a cute kid. But I just looked at him like for the first time, and I'm like, oh my God, like in a different way. And I said, well, to myself, you've been here this whole time. Anyway, but the funny thing is I basically made the first move. So I'm like, I pulled him in and I gave him a kiss, and he's like, what's happening kind of thing.
And was it like one of those kisses though, where you felt like the world stop?
Yeah. And then in the distant background, I heard like screams and goblins. It's just very romantic. I think that's what I needed. We just, it was very, very romantic setting.
Very romantic setting. Maybe not so much, but very romantic moment in the nut. But aren't those like so many of like the most romantic like moments come at like in the not the least romantic settings. Times. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And then unexpectedly too, I feel like. So, which was
cool. Yeah, that's like, because you can't really plan them, can you? No.
Definitely did not plan that one.
Look at me. I just drifted off there. I just drifted off for a second. I'm like,
I love it. You just drifted off. And because our internet's so funny, you're frozen in that like looking up in the sky. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Every now and then you freeze.
I'm like, ooh, romantic moment. When
you did it again.
I did it again.
Okay.
And I'm just like,
I'll just keep it to myself.
No, when you like touch your lips, because you think about like, ooh, kissing that person, you're like, yeah. And now you've been happily married like for a few years. I mean, like there was a lot in between. There was a
2017. I moved in 2018. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. I'm bad at years. Ever since 2020, I don't remember what is what, and everything switched together. We got married in
COVID has not helped anything.
2018. Yeah, 2018 is when I got engaged. We got engaged and married actually like 6 months later. And then
that's so exciting.
And then 2019 happened, and my mother passed, and my goodness, we've been through a lot.
You guys have been through a lot, and then COVID, and then like nothing. It's wild. It's such a weird thing to go like collectively, because I don't think anyone had a good time during COVID. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone like lost jobs. Everyone had to downsize. Like there's so many crazy things happened to everybody.
I don't know anyone who it hasn't affected them. Yeah, it has not affected.
Right, negative, I mean, like affected, and
that a silver. Yeah, there was one silver lining for me though, because I had no distractions that I started and finished that book.
You got to do the book, which is
that time. So I just
shockingly impressive
on it. And,
I honestly, like, I don't know, like, if I had like $1 for every time yeah, but think of all the other people that didn't have anything else going on during COVID that didn't sit down and write a book, and like a really good book that's beautiful and touching and like heartfelt. Like I'm sure I'd probably have, I'd be a zillionaire if I had $1 for every time I thought like, I'm going to write a book. Yeah. Well, and like beautiful therapy. Like it's like,
it was therapy for me though. For me, like writing it was a way to just get everything out. You know, I almost feel like I'm better with the written word than the spoken word. So I just, because
you could make it so succinct and clear.
She was so fabulous. So it's fun to,
like to revisit all the stories about it. Yeah, actually, wait, hold on. I'm going to get something fabulous. I just want everyone to see the fabulousness.
Are you getting the necklace? Oh my goodness. I have to see it on you.
This one that I just knocked my curtain down. Holy cow, that was hilarious. Okay, hold on. Everything fell. Hold on. So here's my curtain rod. And it literally came out of the wall. Wow. Wow, the microphone is over here now. Got it. Putting it in. Wow. You know what? Winner chicken dinner today. Someone's not spastic at all. That's going to be hard. But it's worth it.
Okay, hold it up. I got a scene on you. Oh my God. I just got the chills.
It's beautiful. I've been wearing it to like church and wearing it on auditions.
Oh, it's so pretty on you. Oh.
It's the most beautiful. Thanks. Thank you, Caroline. And thank you, Mom. Thanks, Lisa.
Gorgeous.
It is. It really is.
Well,
she had great taste.
She left a lot of beautiful things. She had very Moira-esque taste, actually, in times.
Yes. But you know what? It works for
her too. Especially living in Hawaii.
Like
I mean, she was just like, she stood out. She just,
oh my God. So when I sent you that picture.
Sequins to grocery store.
Yeah. So like I sent you that.
Oh yes, the picture of your
of the boy's mom. So the gentleman caller went to his mom's like dance recital, and he sent me a picture of his mom at the dance recital, which was amazing. And she was like in like red glitter sparkles, like sparkly cuffs, like feathers everywhere. And I sent the picture to Caroline because I was like, oh my God, it looks like your mom. She's dressed like your mom. And when I told the gentleman that, and I was like, I sent it to my buddy Caroline. I hope you don't mind. He's like, no, not at all. And he's like, so her mom used to dress like that. I'm like, yeah, but like not in a dance recital, like on the beach, like just like walking down the street.
Oh my God, quiet right now. I mean, in her head, she had a full feather headdress for sure.
Completely, right? Completely. Well, it's like that sparkly bikini that you wore, that you had for years. Do you still have that sparkly bikini?
Context? Yeah.
Yes.
I still have it.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Get rid of it. Yeah, that got me a lot of jobs.
Yeah, got you a ton. Okay, so Caroline and I used to do a ton of like swimsuit catalogs together, which was always very confusing to me because I am like especially back then. Now I'm like a different kind of shin, but I was like a human shin, like white, pale, a bone, no breasts, like, and yet we would, and Caroline.
You don't give yourself credit. Gorgeous. No, you to me were this tall, statuesque, perfect model, thin figure. Like you always want what you don't have.
Of course, because to me, I was like, Caroline's amazing. She's like, she's not that petite, but she's like got boobs and like a waist, and she's got this gorgeous hair, and like she gets tan. Like, what's it like to get tan? Tell me what it's like to get tan. Like I always wanted to know. So many terrible failures with self tanner. But they would always book us together, and oh my God, and which were hilarious. I have so many of them.
I think my favorite though was what? Oh, sorry.
No, which one?
Okay, no, you go.
No, you go. You go.
One of my favorite ones was the Glico yogurt.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna find.
Yeah, Glico.
Puching pudding is a puching.
We have to find it.
Yeah, we'll find it and we'll put it up for everyone to see. We did a Glico pudding ad for Japan where we were dancing around in bikinis. That was
Yeah. And then these like big muscle men were also dancing, like
oh, that's
moving their
right.
hips and right. Remember that?
That's
Yeah,
right. I
so
do remember
random.
that. God, what
Yeah,
kind
I
of
still have the
everything
yellow
Japanese
suit,
back
too,
then was?
I think.
Do you really? I don't know where. I
I think
love that
so.
suit. I had that one with like plumerias on it, and I loved that. If you could see
Wait,
around
the
my
one in the photograph that you posted?
yeah, I
on
loved. I
Instagram,
had that
one?
forever because I love like plumerias are like my favorite flower. Yeah, and it's
that.
I have no,
Yeah.
but I don't know where it is anymore. Might have been lost in the chaos, but
Wow.
yeah, God, I love
Yeah.
that. Do you remember that one audition we went to, and like they gave you the they had like the gross like bloody. They wanted us to try on like bloody like oh God, do you remember that?
No.
I just remembered that.
Oh, gross.
Do you remember that?
Was that?
Sorry.
Was that? I think that was a job, and we were like,
Yeah.
no, right?
We're not putting that on.
I don't. That. Yeah.
Were we in Hawaii or were we in because we lived in Taipei as well.
Oh.
Because I remember
we were in Hawaii because
we might have been in Hawaii for that one.
Food, I don't think in Taipei. Yeah.
I did a lot of those
I remember
those underwear boxes in China. Yeah. Did you know? Like, I did so many underwear boxes. Remember how they would do like those boxes?
One, and I told Ryan, I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like I want, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because you're if you have boobs, I guess, and whatever you're petite, so you tend to maybe I did more of the body stuff, and I was over it.
You were over it. I did tons of I guess it never was like
fun, like fashion things, like yeah.
Where did we? We probably did like
one where they gave me this. Oh.
Sorry, you talk. No, I know. You just keep talking. I'm just going to sit here silently.
I was just going to say that.
No, because I want you to talk. I want to hear your stories.
Stop! No, I don't. It's not even that exciting anymore. You're so funny. Wait, can people see you? Like, are you doing this on YouTube or?
No, that's yes, no. It's people are eventually going to see us, which is like gross on a day like today.
Hey, Diane, I love your hair back and your glasses. You look
you. I feel like I still.
And you have a really great view.
Great view. I still can't believe I just
love your view. I can't wait to see it in person. And your curtain rod just fell over. But
such a.
We'll have to plan something fun for when I come. Maybe we'll do like I don't know. Maybe we'll do some like a.
Do you know what? Maybe we'll see TikTok. What days it is and what's going on. And if there's something fun, like maybe I can get tickets to SNL from one of my friends that used to be on it or something. We could go do something really New York-y.
Do you remember when I went to New York years ago?
Yes. And it was
SNL
like,
thing?
was Green Day on?
With Jordan Schur or something. And then you came out to meet us and then you did this like really funny dance around my friend in a circle. Do you remember that? Yeah.
I don't.
No,
but that seems right.
Yeah, like you did this. Yeah. Like it was kind of like between. I was like half like a chicken dance and half like I don't even know what. But you would literally. It was like, hey, this is my friend Diane.
And I'm like,
and he's like, hey, hi, nice. And then you're like, you did this like circle around him.
Were you totally mortified? Were you just like, this is my friend?
No, I was I'm like, I love her. This is my friend. Yeah, she's awesome. But then we also went to, I know my mother gave us like a list of places to go see, when I was in New York. Remember, like one of them was, one of the Ian Schrager, she loved Ian Schrager hotels. And I don't know if it was the Royalton or Paramount.
Well, do you remember when you came to visit me at the Mondrian? Yes, I know that one. It was like the Hudson Hotel. Yes, I remember that. And then I remember when you came to the Ian Schrager. Yes, that was crazy. That was. We went to Sky Bar. Like I remember you telling me what Sky Bar was. I was like, oh, it's cool. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, it was really cool.
I can't hear it. Wait, what?
I said Sky Bar was really cool, and the one at the Hudson was really cool. It was like wow.
Yeah. But we were at Sky Bar and Michael Hutchinson came over and said hi. I was like, oh.
Yeah, my old buddy, Michael Hutchins. They died he died right afterwards. And then poor Polly Gates killed herself too.
Yeah.
Like awful. I know. What a crazy time. You know who was staying at the hotel that week too? Chris Farley. And then he died like a week or two later.
Man.
Weird, right? I know. I'm
That is
like,
weird.
wow, I wonder who else was staying at the hotel. I'm like, I wonder if there's some kind of hotel curse. Like we're all going to, like, I made it. We
something
definitely.
in the water there.
I know. You know what I loved about the pool there? They had music playing underwater.
Yes. It
was awesome. Cool. You could just like swim and like.
Hotel. Yeah. There's some hotels in Miami like that too, where you just dive underwater and.
Oh, that's so groovy.
To hear the music.
That's so groovy.
So I'm staring at a black screen, but I know you're coming back because you've come back before.
I'm sorry.
It says, camera is disabled due to slow internet connection. Videos.
What's the hey? I have like the world's.
I pay
really
for. Interesting, you too.
It'll be interesting. I have I spend an ungodly sum on fast internet. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I'd love that. That Jordan guy, he was like a really fancy, like, wasn't he a fancy like music manager or from a record label?
He was the music. He was the head of Interscope or something. I don't know.
Dang, that's huge. Yeah, no, that's massive.
Something like that.
Back in your dating years, and Interscope was massive back then. Yeah, it must have been fun and interesting. I was thinking of writing a book.
You know, my mother went on one of our dates. I mean,
are you serious?
Bringing her back into it. She used to go on. My dad told you about that whole chapter with my mother going on dates with me. Yeah, because she came to visit me in LA so many times. So you know, I just be in a conversation with someone and you know whatever on a date with them, and I'm like, yes, my mom's coming in, you know, this weekend or whatever. They're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, you want to meet her? You know, because for me, it's not a big deal. It's like she was so fun.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, you'd want to meet her.
Did anybody?
Said, yeah. So she went on so many dates with me. The funniest one though was the dancing one.
Tell me.
One. Remember?
Yeah, that dancing.
She was so pissed that he never. So this was with yeah. I will not say the name. I dated him for a couple years, but yeah, he just she was pissed that he didn't ask her to dance.
Yeah, well,
she's like, what kind of a man doesn't ask the mother to dance? And then she was pissed because when we got, but in like a funny way, like you can't.
Yeah,
it's because she's so dramatic. You know, she. I remember when we got home and she's like, "I never want to see him again." You know, like the scorned lover. So I was like, okay.
That's awesome. Was anyone ever like not happy about her being on a date, or were they just like, "This is great"?
No. I mean, even with Jordan, like actually the date with Jordan. My husband will attest to this. I have these shoes that she gives. She's given me a few things throughout the years. We're all like the same size, and her shoes, for whatever reason, always explode on me. They always fall apart.
Oh no!
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the heat in her house or what. But I get them on, and that evening it falls apart on me. And so we were on it. She had her little like yellow disposable wind up camera, and she always wanted to take pictures. So she's like, "Oh, we need a picture." So I get up, and my heel falls off, and I'm trying to be all cool, and I have like one heel and then one shoe that just like. I don't know where the heel went. It just fell off.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to be cool and like walk through the restaurant, you know, like trying to find, she's like, no, this place is too drafty. Or, you know, we got to find this. No, this is nice to take a picture. And she had no idea my shoe exploded.
Your shoe exploded.
My shoes explode. My shoe explodes. Yeah.
I wonder what it is that they just, explode and or disintegrate. Like that's crazy. That's pretty funny though. Oh my gosh. Those are the next time you have to.
3 times on New Year's, actually.
What?
In 2016, I, you know, when Jeff and I were kind of like officially date, we went out. I had a really great pair of shoes on. They were hers. And then something happened. Yeah, we were going to go to a party after this dinner, and my shoe kind of like strap fell off. I'm like, so let me just go home. We're close by. I'll just run up and get another pair. I ran up, put another pair off. I was on the 4th floor, and I just was like running down the fire escape. So I was like running down, and halfway down that shoe that I put on also exploded. And then I ran back up, got another pair. I mean, like, he laughs at me. Now I can't wear any of the shoes she's left a lot of clothes. Luckily, jewelry, that's good. Nothing.
The clothes don't explode. Hopefully the clothes don't explode while you have them on.
Pretty bad. Clothes don't explode.
Nobody needs like exploding clothes. Like, hee.
Nobody needs exploding clothes. No,
nobody needs that. Nobody needs that. I love that you still have that sparkly swim. That's my favorite swimsuit. I think of that one all the time. I'm always like, yeah, that sparkly swimsuit. My goal is to one day be able. I do. I actually do. Like I think about it now, and I'm like, my goal is to get back into enough shape that I can wear like a spangly swimsuit. Because like if you're wearing a swimsuit with like sequins on
my
it,
goal is to get into shape so I can wear that thing again.
Okay, good. That makes two of us. All right. That makes two of us.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. My husband and I, we're trying out a trainer for we just decided to hire a trainer. So she's come to our house a couple times. And
good for you.
He and I work well. Yeah. I mean, that's not, a common thing. We're like, ooh, it feels so decadent, But I don't feel comfortable yet going to the gym. He's been going to Orange. He goes to the gym, but I don't know. I don't feel
nice.
quite comfortable yet. So I'll work outside. I'll do stairs, whatever.
It's like I feel too COVID-y to go to a gym.
I don't know. I think it's PTSD. I feel like even just large crowds.
And you haven't had COVID yet.
It's just weird.
Right. No, it is. And like, honestly, it was so much worse than I thought it was going to be. Like, knock on wood. Like, I don't want you to get it. It was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. Like, And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I cannot imagine what it's like if you're unvaccinated or something, but like,
times. I know.
That's insane.
I have a friend. She caught it 3 times. She's not vaccinated, but I swear she's got every freaking antibody known to man now. Like
she definitely should. She's got like Delta. She's got Omicron. She's got every antibody.
Yeah. I got it all. Yeah, she's probably the safest person to hang out with now.
Probably. Oh my God, that's nuts.
I don't know.
I know. I'm like, COVID. And like, I should wind it up too. Cause I'm this, look at me. I'm like, I should wind it up, but I don't know. I like talking to you. Damn it.
Oh, I like talking to you too. Damn it.
I know.
Wait,
Damn it.
Do you have that audition you want me to help you with?
Yes. So if you don't, like, I don't know. Okay. I thought I'd email you the sides. And if you don't mind waiting, like
the first time I've read through a script in a very long time.
You're a very good actress, so I'm very not worried about it. And feel free to throw your Boston accent in there. I got a Boston accent. Seriously.
You're going to crack up.
Oh my God, Caroline, it's so hard not to do a Boston accent. It's really hard not to do like the Mark Wahlberg every time. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I love a Boston. This is like the subtle, he's got like the subtle Boston. He's the subtle Boston. You could do like a hardcore Boston.
I might do the hardcore. No,
do the hardcore. You can do the hardcore Boston.
Don't make me do it right now.
It's wicked. You're wicked good. You're wicked good at it. I swear to God.
I will just read back with a monotone. I'll pretend I'm a casting director.
Oh, you'll pretend like you're and just do like the worst, like the casting really directors do.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do they always do that? I've always wondered, like, why do they do that? They're just sitting there like, here are the lines. They don't even like use the accurate like punctuation.
You think they'd have enough like experience going through, these scripts where they kind of want to get into it a little bit, right?
Right. So I wonder if it's like a thing that they don't want to get into it. I don't know.
Maybe they just want to throw you off. What was the craziest audition you've ever done?
Oh, yes. And then I have a good question for you too. Am I frozen again? Damn it. I've had so many crazy auditions. Yeah, okay. Do you know what I think the craziest job I ever had was? I don't know if you remember this. The first job that I got when I got to Taipei was wearing a tuxedo, jumping through a wall and throwing Playboy branded condoms at everyone at a press conference.
What?
Yeah.
How did I not hear about that?
I'm pretty sure you were there. Like maybe you weren't there yet. Maybe, but yeah, that was it. I went like the Kool-Aid guy. They set up this like, okay, Diane, here's it. You're wearing a tuxedo. I was like, oh, cause I didn't even know what the gig was when I got there. And I was like, I saw Playboy and I was like, no, you got the wrong girl. You got the wrong girl for this, like for 1,000 reasons at least. Yeah. Like aside from, I don't do nudity. I don't have breasts. Like there's so many things wrong with this. And they're like, no. And so, in that translation from Chinese.
No, you just jump through a wall. That's
yeah.
it.
And I was like, what? And like, seriously, like someone showed me a picture of like the Kool-Aid guy. And you know how he would always like bust through the wall, like that Kool-Aid like cartoon. I was like, you want me to bust through this wall? And like, I'm holding a silver tray. And then when you get out there and throw condoms, like, so I guess Playboy had just released these new Playboy brand condoms in, I kid you not, like I'm not being rude. It was in a different size for the Asian market. It was a whole thing they had going on. And they wanted someone at the end of the press conference to Mr. Kool-Aid through the wall and chuck condoms and everything, which seemed like, and it was really hard. I remember the guy explaining to me, and he was saying, I can't do I don't want to be rude and like do his voice because you can't, even though I would just be imitating this dude, let's not even try. But he kept saying what turned out to be aim low. And I was like, finally, when I got what he was saying, I was like, oh, of course, because you don't want like a condom to take people's eyeballs out. Aim low, like toss them low, toss the condoms. But I took like the miscommunication was very hard. Yeah, but it was
what
hilarious.
Did you think he was saying?
I didn't know. I didn't know. It was like, because, not really an L in that culture, in that language, in Mandarin, not an L sound. Right. So it sounded more like ham ho. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. Right? And we're like, I was like, okay. Oh and they want me to Mr. Kool-Aid. It's like, that was my first job when I landed. I was like, welcome to Taipei. Oh my God, there's so many, that was like the craziest. Like when I think back to our time in Taipei, we lived in a sex hotel. We didn't realize it was a sex hotel until much later. They had like, maybe you realized it. I was an idiot.
Love Corral?
Guest Hotel.
Actually, because it was the OK Guest Hotel. I was actually with a different agency. So when I was done with my contract, remember I came over and hung out with you guys.
That's right.
And so, because I was staying at the model's apartment, so it was just an apartment,
right? Which was not a weird sex hotel.
And we dubbed it the OK Love Corral because it was like rented by the hour, so that's what we dubbed it. But
rented by the hour, and you could put money in to remember make the beds vibrate. Like it was, oh my God, in some of the rooms, and then we had those. Or
I remember they had interesting videos on the.
Yes, they had like closed circuit TV. It was like the first time I'd ever been exposed to pornography. Yes, it was.
That's so funny.
It was shocking.
We would just hang out in the hallways.
Yeah.
We would just hang out and chat. And that's where we met
Kirsten and Dominique Swanepoel. No, I have no idea.
Kirsten, yeah, she's in Washington now. I'm still friends with her.
Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome.
And then we had that we were playing limbo. We were dancing the limbo up on the roof.
Yes.
Remember?
Oh, I remember that.
Stick and
do you remember it was like the year of the dog too? And there was like there were just dogs everywhere. Were you there for all you were there for all the earthquakes yeah, because they weren't like getting rid of before.
I left just before.
That's good. But do you remember how Tracy, when she came back to Hawaii, would never ride in an elevator ever again? Because it was like too much for her. She was like, oh, I'm never going. Yeah. I don't think she ever rode in an elevator ever again. Yeah, they're terrifying. I can't believe when I was trapped in one the other day. That was ludicrous. 2 hours in there, like 2+ hours in the elevator.
Was that recently?
Yes, in this building.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I was like, guys, and like no one even apologized. I was in there. The
fire went out again?
I don't know what it was, but it was just the elevator I was in. Oh. Yeah. And then like the fire department had to finally come and get me out. And it was like one of the creepiest things ever because they were on top of the elevator and they had to manually open it. And then they're like, okay, when we open it, because it kept bouncing up and down like 40 floors. And so they didn't know when it was going to go again because it was like the panel was shorting out. And I was like, like I had to like.
This is not how it ends. I've been through way too much. I am not going down this way.
I had that
freaking
elevator. And I had that fear that if I didn't like jump entirely out all at once, like, it would go and like catch my feet and like chop them off. I was like terrified. I was like, oh man. This is no
Oh my
fun.
God. But then you were rescued by the firefighters.
But they're at the fire department,
Were they
and
cute,
they
at
got me
least?
out. I didn't even see them because they were on top of the elevator. So I ended up jumping out like at the penthouse, which is above.
Oh, through the okay.
And then I was like, so at least I made it out onto a floor, and then I just took the steps down to. I was like, no, thank you.
I have a fear of elevators too. When I was a kid, I was living at the Mauna Loan. And do you remember the Mauna Loan in Hawaii?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's awesome.
Remember that place? Okay, so we lived there forever. Yeah, and I was I don't know, I was by myself. I was so young, and I was going down to the pool. It was just me. And then I guess the elevator took a second to get going, and I thought I was stuck. And my imagination went, and I think I was like starting to push buttons, and I actually pushed the stop button. I did it to myself. And then I was like, oh great, now I really, so I was so scared. And then I was like, help. And I heard people from the other side, and I'm like, they knew who I was, like, I'm stuck. And anyway, and so we finally got it unstuck. But it was like, I remember when it opened, with the doors open, we were between floors.
Yes.
So I was like, how? I'm gonna just crawl under this.
Yeah, no, like that's what happened. I was terrified because I was like, if I don't get out all at once, like I don't want to be chopped in half, man. Yeah. And then the weirdest thing is like, but this is the thing that I find truly disturbing. The call, the call for help button in the elevators, you know where it went? To the front desk. It didn't go like you think it's gonna go. So like, yeah.
What's he gonna do?
So like,
what are they gonna do?
Yeah, Jesus from like the front desk, and he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, what's up? I'm trapped in the elevator, man. Like that's what. Like, why would I be calling from the elevator? Like for a chit chat? Like no, it's stuck. Like, I was
just calling to say hi.
Hey guys, hilarious. How's everybody doing? And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. We'll figure it out. We're on. I'm like, it's also going up and down very rapidly between 40 floors. Like it's making me kind of ill. They're like, yeah, we'll get it. We'll get to it. And then, and I didn't have anything with me because I was just like, you know how in New York City, like all the buildings have those like luggage cart things. So if you have a lot of packages to carry up. So all I was doing was I had just my keys. I was wearing slippers and like sweats, no phone, no watch, no anything, just because I was returning a cart. Yeah. And then no one ever even apologized. They're like, no one was like, yeah, sorry, we're stuck in the elevator for hours. I was like, and I had no idea like how like much time had passed. Like you could have told me it was 5 minutes or you could have told me it was like 18 hours. I would have been like, yep, that's right. That's right. No idea.
I'd feel so claustrophobic. How did you calm yourself?
It was,
were you
totally, I was freaking out. Yeah, no, I was freaking out. I was like, I'm going to have a panic attack. And then I was like, so I feel like it's a triumph that I didn't have a panic attack. So I just got real mellow. I got real mellow and I went to my like happy place.
That's what I would do. Yeah. Just kind of meditate.
But I did have a lot of thoughts. I'm not here, but I'm like, oh, maybe I should pop out the top. And I'm like, I could climb on this thing. Like I could climb on the luggage cart and like get out. I was like, I had all these grand plans that just were totally useless. But yeah, that would have been wild though. Like
I would probably I'd walk up those stairs. Well, if it was me, I'd probably have been so scarred. I would just be walking up and down.
I don't take that elevator anymore. Like that elevator, I'm like, that one's shady. Okay. Like there's a bank of like 4 and I'm like, okay, just not that one. No thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Just
been there, done that.
The iffy one. Right.
Yeah. Don't trust it. And then like sometimes.
I remember. Oh, sorry. No, you go.
Oh, no. I was just going to say sometimes like I've thought about getting in it and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not good. I'm good. No, you guys go. I'll get the next one. I'll get the next one. Yeah. I remember. Do you remember of course you do. Where in Chelsea when you lived above that tailor? Were you on like the 4th floor? It was a 4th floor walk up. I
was visiting you. I had my suitcase and
oh my God.
You were like you weren't home yet. And so I'm like going up.
I'm so sorry.
Pushing my suitcases up these 4, and then you weren't there, and I'm like, and then you're like, well, I'll be there in a little bit, whatever. Just there's a coffee shop nearby or something like that, right?
You're like, what do I do?
All the way down, and I'm like,
so sorry.
Nobody's helping me, but I was just like moving. I had way too much luggage.
I'm so sorry. I was like way too casual about stuff that was difficult for other people. I'm so sorry. Yeah, nowadays I look at stairs like that and I'm like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
of those stairs.
Yeah. I mean, 4 is
Yeah.
not bad. I mean, maybe 44 would be bad, but you haven't even.
No, the older I get, the more I'm like, what? How many steps? 5? Too much. Not doing it. Even like when I just got to like the dentist earlier today, like they had a staircase to get up, and I was like, oh man, I'm like,
Oh,
especially because I'm still like so short of breath after the COVID. I'm like,
oh, still,
stupid.
are you? But still,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, it's crazy.
Hmm.
And then everyone
Is
just
that
thinks
the
you're
only thing?
panting.
Do you have your smell though? Do you have your smell back?
I think so.
Or you never lost it?
No, I don't think I lost it. And then, but there is like one more miracle. And then I should wrap this up, but it's hilarious. So when I was really sick the last couple of years, I completely lost my ability to eat anything spicy. So like even like a little tiny bit of pepper on something, or even like a piece of pepperoni would be like, like the hottest, like I can't take it, like pouring milk into my head. Like I can't. So I've been eating the most bland food for like a year and a half, 2 years, like terrible. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened during COVID. Knock on wood, it stays.
Yeah.
But like my ability to eat really hot, spicy food is back. And it is unbelievable. Like I was like taking like spoonfuls of like Korean samjang, like hot, spicy chili. I was like, oh,
Nice.
I'm fine. I'm like, so I've been eating every day. I'm like Indian food and like the spiciest Mexican, like it's been amazing.
Oh, I love Indian food.
Yeah, me too.
Well, maybe because it dulled your taste buds a little bit, but for the better.
And
so now you
hopefully,
really spicy. Yeah.
Hopefully it stays this way. I know that's what I'm super excited about it, because it was a weird thing to lose. And then it was just like weird because like you'd be out with like friends or on a date or something and they're like, what can you eat? And I'm like, the blandest crap ever. Sorry. Like,
because it would otherwise be too much for you.
Yeah, it would be. And it would be like so hot. There's like a medical term for it, but it would be like your mouth was on fire. Like just so more than anything you would ever get eating something spicy, it was like ghost pepper hot every time I had like a sprinkle of pepper. Yeah, it was the worst. And I was like, I feel like such a dud. And like no one believed you too. So it was really funny. So like you know who that I thought that I couldn't eat spicy food. Like I was just like, yeah, you're making up you can't eat spicy. You've never been able to, white girl. And I was like, no, really, I could eat a lot of spicy food.
Yeah, trying to like give it to you.
And I'm like, don't test it. Yeah, it'll kill me. But so it's funny. So it's nice to have it back. I know. So what do you have to, okay, so aside from helping me today. So by the way, everyone, Caroline is helping me with like a really good audition. Do you mind if I'll send you the sides, and then do you mind if I have an hour to like get hair and makeup and then text you and I'll be set up and ready to go?
I'll practice my Boston
Ooh,
accent.
You're Boston. Oh my gosh, so exciting. You're wicked funny. Seriously though. Oh my God. Yeah, I think just watch every like Mark Wahlberg. I think it's really, some other people can do a Boston, but I think the Mark Wahlberg's extra funny because, he's got such kind of like a high lilting voice. It always makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Who's your mother? Yeah. Sorry.
Now keep going.
How's your mother?
I'm just sitting here. I'm just listening.
I was just talking to myself. It was so fun. I was like, when I was walking around, I think my dad told me this before I moved to New York. He's like, everyone talking to themselves in New York is either an actor or absolutely like batshit crazy. Like that's like
an actor. Or both.
Yes, or both.
Yeah.
Or both. Now it's like everybody that's on the phone, but this was like, pre-headphone era.
Oh, I remember the first time I saw somebody talking on their earpiece. Like, I didn't know there was an earpiece.
Right.
It was like when it first came out like a gazillion years ago. And I'm like, it was at the airport. I'm like, this guy's talking to my mother. I was like, what is happening? And then I saw this like white thing in his ear and he was like pushing on it. I'm like,
oh, he's from the future. I see.
We're in the future now. Yeah.
We are.
We're in the future now.
Robots of the future. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. This has been Diane Neal and Caroline Nadine Helsing. I know. I was just like, let's go for the abrupt stop. Why not? Like, I was like at some point, but I'm so glad that you have agreed to like come. Thanks so much, dude. Like, I really appreciate it. And once again,
so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you. Like, honestly, everyone should read the book you wrote. Again, it's called Unapologetic. You can get it at Amazon.com by Caroline Nadine Helsing.
Unapologetic Tales of the Original Party Crasher.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did. I forgot the other. Tales of the Original Party Crasher. That is the full title and is totally appropriate.
It was what she was.
Like, the stories are mind-blowing. Like, I'm a huge like Bob Evans fan. I can't believe he gave her that. I don't want to give it away, but like the stories are incredible. Like, yeah. I wish I could go back in time and tag along with her. At least I got a little bit of that by reading the book. It's really cool. Really cool. Right. Well, thank you everybody for listening to us catch up. And we will see you soon.
Listening to our random
I know, our random. We have
every direction.
We have so many more random. Like,
I still can't
some
say
of these.
Goodbye to you. Okay, we're gonna go.
I know. All right, we'll say goodbye. Okay, you're ready.
This is how our calls are all the time. It's like 3 hours. I know.
Later. Okay. 3 hours later, it's like, okay, bye. Love you too. All right. Yeah. I'll text. I'll send it. Bye. Bye. Okay, and thank you, everyone. Okay. Bye. Okay. Okay. Bye. And thank you. Okay. All right, I got this one. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This is my radio voice. Thank you for enjoying us and humoring us, and we will see you soon here on Hearsay.
And bye.
All right. Hi, and welcome back. It's Diane, of course. You're like, who is that? Who is that? I'm confused. Who's that voice? Who could that be? No, it's still Diane. Don't be scared, guys. You got this. It's just me, and I'm here on the gravy. The gravy. Today's gravy. So I'm not going to lie. I've been having a lot of trouble with this. Normally, I don't have a lot of trouble just because I'm always thinking about something and mulling it over in my head and really focusing in on a couple topics just all the time anyway. So trying to sit alone with my brain and pick one out that we can do a really fun gravy with is not usually going to be a problem, or at least I didn't think it was going to be a problem. And then there was this week, and this week I got nothing. Seriously, this is what's like. I've been having a conversation with my brain. I'm like, hey, brain, what's going on up there? Oh, your voice is really high. You sound like Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, I'm like Steamboat Willie. I'm just up here like.
Oh, you're singing.
Yeah, I'm doing a little soft shoe too. I'm dancing.
Well, that's pretty exciting, Brain.
Yeah, it is.
Well, what's going on, Brain? What are we going to talk about on the gravy then? You're not thinking about much very profoundly, are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. What can you tell me what's going on?
Maybe.
Oh, I see. Are you a smitten kid?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, I see how this is. So you've been thinking about someone else all week, and you haven't really been thinking about anything that you need to be thinking about.
That is correct.
Oh, well, that's kind of fun.
It's really fun.
That really fun is what I meant. It's really fun. Well then, Brain, do you want to just give me a topic like love?
Sure, Diane. Why don't you talk about love?
Okay, I'll talk about love. One of the things I really enjoy about love is that there are so many different kinds. We should almost have a bazillion different words for the different kinds of love. And this week, aside from thinking about newish love and, that kind of feeling where all you can do is like, ooh, I didn't expect this. I'm just going to hang on and smile and see what happens. But there's also this great kind of love, like the love I have for my friends. Like Caroline, I'm in absolute awe of her. I feel so grateful that I've gotten to know her for decades and seen her go from this like beautiful, magical teenager into this incredible, capable, just stunning woman who is a ray of sunshine everywhere she goes. And I think about new friendship love, the beginnings of that, like I have with Chloe, who is so fun and interesting and brings a spark and hilarity to everything she does. She brightens up life because something's always interesting. And she's so brave and positive in the face of difficult circumstances that I feel like I've learned so much from her. And then there's the love that you have for your family, the people you care most about. Like I think about the love I have for my quasi brother, who's just been trying to get his wife and kids over here for the last 2 years and is having an impossible time, and how I would do anything in my power to make it possible for him to have them over here so he could feel their love. And the love for my dad, I have been thinking about that a lot. Now that he's gone, how do you show anyone that's gone that you love them? Right? Because so much of love is active. It's a verb. It's something you do, something you maintain and participate in and contribute to. Love is fully active. How do you do that with someone that's gone? And I loved my dad. I loved my dad more than anyone in the world. I loved him so much. And the way I can think to show love to him is just to show as much love and concern and care for those that he loved and take care of them. That's all I can think. That's the way I can think to show it, no matter how hard it is or what needs to be sacrificed or what needs to be done. That's how I can honor my dad and show my love for him. Since I can't in the normal ways. Like it was really, really weird this week. It was the first time that I wanted to talk to him. We'd always talk about politics, like endlessly. And I went to go pick up my phone and I scrolled to his number and I almost started dialing it before I realized he was gone. And I know almost all of you out there have had this similar experience with someone that you love and care about. And it was so hard because all of a sudden it was like, wow, that's real. I'm never going to get to talk to him again. Not in this life. Not in this life. And I just wanted to, in that moment, reach out and hug him. And since there's no way to do that, I realized you reach out and hug the ones that he loved, that he'd want me to show love to since he no longer can. And so that's what I'm trying to do. It's such a profound love that we have for our family. And then I'm really grateful that I have friends that have shown me such profound love, as if I am family. You know, I always thought I'd be a mom and I'd have a zillion kids, and life doesn't always work out the way you think it's going to work out. And I don't have those things. And I am so grateful for my friends who have given me the opportunity to fully participate in their children's lives. They've trusted me. And it is such a deep thing and such a privilege. And I'm grateful for that love. And so this week, this may not be funny, but hopefully it's not as sad. I just want you to think of all the different kinds of love that there are in your life. The kinds of love you share with other people. And think about it. I always think that love, really, like real love, it's not doing what you want to do for the other person. It's doing what's best for the other person, no matter how it makes you look. Most people want to look like a great girlfriend or look like a great spouse or parent or this or that. A lot of people just want to look like that, but they don't really want to be that, because being that means sometimes looking like a bad wife or spouse or daughter or girlfriend or whatever, or parent, because it's just doing what's best for the other person and knowing them well enough that, and listening to them, that you can make that determination. Real love is beautiful. You even see it in Ukraine at the moment. Putin, a lot of people thought that he believed that a lot of the Ukrainians would be like, sweet, the Russians are here. Yeah, we want to be a part of Russia. Man, was that a miscalculation on his part? No, they're standing and fighting. And why? Pride, love of country, love of freedom, love of being able to continue in this grand experiment called democracy, and the willingness to die for that. That's how great the need is for love. So I would really like to hear all of you guys and hear your stories. Like, DM me on Twitter or on Instagram, reply. Let me know your stories of love, what you've been thinking about with love. And yeah, maybe we can all just have like one of those super positive weeks where we're like, let's think about good things and ways we can help others, whether it's in our own lives or places like Ukraine. See what we can do to bring a little bit more love to this planet that is in dire need, and a little bit more love to each other, because we all need it too. That is all you need. All right. With that, I give you guys my love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time and your attention. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next Monday on Hearsay. Bye. This is Diane signing off. I want to thank you all. And until next time, just remember, it's all hearsay.